Wow! What's happening, everybody? It's your boy. Yes, sir. We back. It's your boy, Stanley Doucette on Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. I am your host today and all the time, actually. I am excited today to share something with you. It's not going to be a long podcast today, but I wanted to share something with you that I think has been, and not just has been, but is absolutely incredible. I think some of the things that we're doing overall, self-development, improvement, love, excitement, relationships, dealing with the police, dealing with history, all kind of things that we're doing on the show have been powerful. But one of the things I want to share with you guys on today that I'm just overly excited about is finding yourself. That's what today's topic is going to be on, finding yourself. See, a lot of times we go through so many different things and we put everybody else before us and we hide ourselves and all those things. But today we're going to deal with it. We're going to talk about finding yourself. But as you know, before we get into it, let's go through these commercials, ladies and gentlemen. These commercials are brought to you by me, Stanley Doucette. Listen, go to all of our social media platforms, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, YouTube. Family, I've been trying to build my YouTube following. If you find it in your heart to, follow us and subscribe on our YouTube channel, please do so. We have a lot of fun. I'm beginning to drop some of those quick videos and quick messages on there just as an added benefit bonus to you guys. I don't want to just waste your time, but I want to continue to give you things to empower yourself, to brill you up, to bring you to another place and another selection. It is going to be remarkable this year. I'm on fire right now. I can feel it in my bones, like the old people say. It's like fire. Shut up in your bones. I can really feel my excitement about doing this particular podcast. I'm not going to belabor the point, but just if you would, please go to the social media platforms, follow us. When you go to YouTube, go to Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com, and it's LET''S. LET''S. Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com. My last name is DOUCETTE. Hey, family, if you would pass it out, subscribe, send it to everybody. I'm just really trying to build those numbers. I like the video portion to give you something to look at. It gives you something that you can laugh at my faces and my expressions and all of those things. And then also, I want to add something to this podcast today, just something real quick. And that is because we're in Black History Month, I just want to share this with you. I want to drop something on here that some people may know about, some people may not know about. And a lot of times we'll just get some simple things on Black History Month. You know all of the big ones, but sometimes you may not know every single thing. So today I want to just highlight a lady by the name of Shirley Chisholm. Shirley Chisholm has the honor of being the first Black to do a lot of things. She was the first Black woman elected to the U.S. Congress. She was the first woman member of the Congressional Rules Committee. Now, as recently there's changeover speakerships in America in the House of Representatives. And you guys know that paid attention to all of those proceedings that the Rules Committee, it has a lot of power, it has a lot of stroke. And to literally see that she was the first woman member of the Congressional Rules Committee show you how powerful she really was. She was even a founding member of the Congressional Black Caucus. She was also the first Black woman to run for president. Now, granted, they tried to assassinate her 3 times, but she still went on to do some of the most powerful things in American history. It's not just Black history, it's American history. So if you guys have a moment, a chance, an opportunity, look up Shirley Chisholm and look at some of the powerful things that she has done in her life and in her career, and then you'll understand how powerful she was. And that just kind of preceded the President Obamas of the world. So yes, she's done some powerful things. Proud of her and congratulate her on her and her family on all of the wonderful things that she has contributed to the American society. Now, with that being said, let me move over to what I want to talk about, and that's finding yourself. Finding yourself. I should have said finding your authentic self, but finding yourself. We, a society, has put us in such a place to where a lot of times we don't even believe in ourselves. And a lot of times I think that is something we have to work on a daily basis. Because when we talk about finding ourselves, that puts us in a place to where, I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn my phone off. My phone keep beeping, but it puts us in a place to where we begin to find ourselves. We begin to do things that is extraordinary when we find ourselves. So I think it was good when I began having conversation. I have some of these running conversations with some of my family, some of my friends, my mentor. I definitely have a running conversation with him. It's not a day, or it's not a few days, but it's a while. And I even have running conversations with some of the people I'm fortunate enough to mentor as well. And over the last few days, family, I've been having some powerful conversations just in surrounding of being a better me. Even though I'm on the podcast and I'm sharing and I talk and I try to be as vulnerable and open as I possibly can with everybody. No, I'm not going to tell you like certain things. That's just not your business. So stop being nosy. But, being open and vulnerable and sharing some of the things that we also go through, even though we may have a podcast and we may be doing some extraordinary things in other places, we're talking about being a place to where we can open up and be our true, authentic self. So when you talk about finding yourself, it's something internally inside that I would struggle with for a long time. Here's what I mean. A lot of times you will see successful people on the outside and in their platform, right? You would see somebody like a Michael Jackson and all of the greatness that he did. And then sometimes he would just go in his room and, and things would happen. He kind of maybe be sad or down or whatever it may be, right? You'll have other individuals that may suffer from certain things. I think if I get his name correctly, if I mess it up, please forgive me. Charges to my head and not my heart. Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, you formerly known as Chris Jackson. And they were showing a documentary on some of the things that he went through, even growing up publicly, when he was on the basketball court, when he played at LSU, when he played at in Denver and some other places, how he would just light up the scoreboard, a prolific scorer, great handles, all of those things in the basketball arena. But when he got off the court, there were things that he had to deal with, like Tourette and so many other things. And sometimes it may have been a struggle for him. See, a lot of times, guys, we look at things and say, you know what, finding ourselves, and you look at superstars and think they all have it together. A lot of times they don't. You look at people that are successful in business or successful in spirituality or successful in podcasts or any other entertainment field or anything else. It could be a successful teacher, but may struggle with something at home, right? All of those things are things that are reality. But now I want to cut through all of that and get to you and talk about finding you. See, you can't lie to yourself for real. You can put off, but you really can't lie to yourself. You can't lie and say, I'm the best version of me, but when you're really truly thinking, I'm not good enough. Yeah, when you walk into a room, it doesn't matter how beautiful the dress is. Excuse me. It doesn't matter how great the shoes are. It doesn't matter how powerful you look, how wonderful your hair is, but you walk in there and your confidence is below zero. You can't fake that. You can lie, but you can't fake that, right? So here's what I'm saying. Let's talk about finding us. Let's do this as a family. I'm only going to give you a couple of points, and then we ride out of here today. But finding ourselves. So number one, you talk about our finding ourselves. Identify why we feel this way. So identify why you feel that way. What is the reason you're feeling the way you're feeling? What is the reason why you're down? You may say, I'm down because I got a bad grade on my report card. But when actuality, you don't want to tell everybody this, but you actually down because the guy you like is now dating somebody else. So you got a bad grade because you've been thinking about that guy or that girl that's dating somebody else. What you say to yourself is you down because you got a bad grade. But actuality, you thinking about the guy or the girl that literally is dating somebody else. So that's one thing. Identify why you truly feel the way you feel. Listen, if you do it right, some of this is not going to feel good. Now, I know some people out there that they have already done the work. They have already done the homework. They have already put in every single thing that they can do. And then now they move forward. I've talked to some male friends that say, listen, I'm just going to be single the rest of my life because of this, this, and this. I've put in the work. I've ran people away. I've done this. I've done that. And I understand that, as those individuals share. And then on the other side, I've had some female friends that say, Stanley, I've done this. I've done that. I'm 40, I'm 50, I'm 60. I'm never going to be in a truthful relationship with what I want or whatever it may be. And they've accepted that. So those individuals have done the work and they have already identified them, found themselves and understand some of the things that they like and don't like and so many other things. I would caution them all the time, as I would caution anybody, never give up on God. You never know what he has in store for you. So never give up on him. You never know. But now, when you're saying don't give up, also don't decrease who you are. Do not decrease who you are. See, sometimes, I know I got to get into my notes, but sometimes we begin to decrease who we are and allow other things to affect us. No, continue to rise and elevate and be above and where you're supposed to be. Live in your true, authentic world and your true, authentic self. As you're continuously finding yourself, continue to elevate and let some of those negative things that have been holding or trying to hold you down, because they can't hold you down. Try to hold you down. Allow those things to elevate to another place, right? So number one is identify why you feel this way. Number two, visualize your ideal lifestyle, like what you want. I remember a question was posed to me of what I want back in the day, and I stumbled. I could not say what I wanted. It didn't matter if it was in sports. It didn't matter if it was in school, your university, or your education. It didn't matter if you talked about family. It didn't matter if you talked about a relationship. Listen, family, this is powerful. It didn't matter. Not at all. It did not matter. What matters is what you want. Simple. What you want. What you want. Here is where we get stuck when we talk about what we want or visualizing our lifestyle, is because we stop believing we can have what we want. We stop believing it. We start giving all kind of other opinions from other people that have no impact on who you are. It has no impact on what you want. So when you're talking about what you want, be and do and be in all of those places. Be that space. Visualize it. Accept it. Feel the wind on the beach in Greece, or feel the beach on the beach in the Bahamas or in Jamaica. Shout out to my Jamaican family over there. What's up? I'm coming soon, baby. I'm coming soon. But be in those places. Be in that, visualizing you in a particular, if it's a house or in a particular car or in a particular educational environment or in a particular spiritual environment, what it is that you want. Be in that place, right? Be in the relationship that you want to be in. Be in now when I'm talking about relationship, most people are like, oh, you're talking about a boy and a girl, or this, that. No. I'm not talking about that. What I'm referring to is a relationship, whether it's your family, whether it's your friends, relatives, associates, mentors, mentees, all those relationships. Picture yourself, visualize yourself in those relationships that you want, and also visualize those outcomes. Don't try to control the outcome, but you can visualize what you want in those outcomes, right? So that's what I'm talking about. So what is it that you want? Ask yourself a question. And if you can't answer it right away, just work on it. Let me just say, what do you want? What do you want? Take the mask off and answer the question. What do you want? All right. So that's number two. Number three, accept yourself to find yourself. See, we put so many masks on that we don't even believe we can find ourselves because we don't tell ourselves the truth. And we trying to minutiae through and do all of those things, but find and accept yourself and who you really are. So accept yourself to find you. Be you. Because that person know exactly where to go to find yourself. You know where to go to find you. You know what you like. For real. You know what you like. Don't look around. I'm talking to you. You know exactly what it is you like. The question is, how many times have we told ourselves that we don't like something because of what somebody else said? We're giving them all of our power to control who we are. No, we're not doing that any longer. What do you like? And do that. What do you like? Do you accept you to be you? Yes, you are good enough. Yes, you are powerful enough. So when you accept yourself to find yourself, you're going to go directly to that person. And the question is, are you going to accept yourself to find you so you can be yourself? I know it's a whole bunch of selves and all that stuff, but that's what it is. When you find yourself, it's magical. There's a lot of weight that falls off because you're no longer pretending. There's a lot of things that just fall away because you're no longer trying to impress or put on a mask for somebody else. You don't have to worry about that because you're accepting yourself to find yourself. And now that you found yourself, yes, sir, now that you have found yourself, there are so many other people that you will be able to empower. There are so many other people that you will be able to elevate or lift up or speak into or help move along or help go along or whatever it may be to help them continue to climb and be the best version of themselves. Because again, we're talking about finding yourself. If we don't find ourselves, as I always say in my saying, I even had to beat myself up my own saying a couple of days ago. But think about this. How many people blessings are attached to you? Let me stop there. If you don't find who you are and you don't even believe you can find yourself, then that means everything, all of the blessings and all of the people that are waiting that have been assigned to you to help you grow, to help you elevate, and then also to that you can help change their life and their generations yet unborn, that means that stop until you get your stuff together. So make sure you accept yourself to find yourself so you can continue to elevate other people all along the journey. And it's also going to elevate you. Number 4, identify negative self-talk. Just identify it first. You know, stop saying I'm silly. Stop saying I'm stupid. Stop saying I'm crazy. Stop saying that. Stop, because you're not. Stop saying my life is in shambles. Stop saying my life is upside down, is stupid, is crazy, is retarded. I hate my life. No, stop. What you're doing is you're professing with your mouth who you want yourself to be, and the universe and all of the energies and all of that stuff around it conspire to make sure you get exactly what you want. How about you saying, I love my life? How about you saying I'm continuously improving in my life? How about I'm continuously elevating and going to another level? See, those are the things we have to make sure when you identify the negative self-talk. After you identify it, now we're going to take that out and put something new in. And we're going to do something positive. I love my skin. I love my eyes. I love my hair. You know, whatever that may be. Here's something else. Please reject when people try to be condescending and tear you down at the same time. Just because, listen, the other day I went to the grocery store. All right, I'm going to just tell on myself so y'all can fuss and say all of what y'all want. The other day I went to the grocery store, right? I mean, it was early when I went to the grocery, you know, just share with you guys. It was early. And I went to get just some peaches. I love peaches, these canned, anyway. I was going to say something else, but anyway, I went to get some peaches, and the attire I had on, I had on like some house sweatpants and a big old baggy like sweatshirt. And I mean, it was crazy. No, it wasn't even sweatpants. It was like some pajama bottom pants. I'm embarrassed to even say it, but y'all gonna get it today. And a big old sweatshirt and some house shoes. Y'all know them big fluffy house shoes you wear around the house. And I was like, listen, I want some peaches and I don't feel like getting dressed. And I went just like that, right? And I walked in, got it, went right back out. It took me literally 3 minutes to do it. It took me probably longer to walk from the car inside and then back outside than it actually for me to do what it is. Here's why I'm saying that, right? Because I did that and I went home and I was, just got my peaches and I ate my peaches and all of that stuff, right? And then, that's fine. But I remember I was in New Orleans one time. I remember this. I was in New Orleans one time. And it was something similar. Went like literally around the corner. Like the grocery store was literally around the corner. And I hopped in the car, something similar, looking crazy. Went around the corner and, got whatever it is and came right back. Didn't take long at all. And I remember my ex saying, how in the hell you could go to the store like that? And I mean, just going in, tearing me down and stupid and look at your clothes and look at this. Oh my God. And I mean, really going in like, you such a beauty right there, huh? Yeah, I'm sure that. And it was like, here's why I'm saying that. Reject all of that. Reject that. Don't allow somebody, because you went run to the store and came back, to tear you down because you made a decision to do something. I'm not saying every day go to the store like that, but if you decided you were going to run to grab something and coming right back, that's what you did. But don't allow somebody else to make you feel bad for what you have on, running to the store to do what you have to do. That's you. That's what you decided to do. You're not going there and representing the company and all those stuff. Now I can hear people saying, well, I disagree. I'm gonna put on this and because you never know who you're gonna run into. And hey, I get all of that. That's fine if that's what you choose to do. But here's the thing: reject the part where somebody is tearing you down or trying to tear you down to tell you what you have on, or then try to fancy it up and be like, look at my big fine husband with his horrible clothes on. Really? That's what we're doing today? Yeah, all of those things, even those subliminal messages, reject all of that negativity and just be who you are. Be who you are. If that's what you went into that, that's what you're doing. So remember, identify negative self-talk, even when you're talking to yourself. Oh, I don't like the way my eyes look. Oh, I don't. Just identify all of those things and then now start to replace that with positive things. Negativity and negative things have never amounted to anything good. Positive has always amounted to positive things and good things, right? So we want to make sure we do that. Focus on your passion. This is number 5. Focus on your passion. If you are passionate about digital design, then do digital design. Figure out how you do it and make that happen, because that's your passion. Sometimes people feel like, how do you know your passion? I define it this way. If you have a passion about something, I say you can do that even without getting paid. You can do that all day, every day without even getting paid, and it doesn't matter to you. You just come out like water. You're passionate about it. Like there are things I love to pour into people, to empower people. Could do that all day, every day without getting paid. It doesn't matter. I can pour into you, right? I can elevate you, or whatever those things may be. That's that passion. You can feel it coming out your tongue, out of your mouth. I had a conversation with somebody recently, and they began sharing some things with me, and I began talking about my passion. And they even said, Stanley, I can hear it coming out your voice, the passion of it. So that passion is the way I look at it or define it, is doing that something that you can do without even getting paid for it. You can do it all the time. Just no words. You can do it. You can do it. So remember, focus on your passion. Whatever that focus is, focus on your passion, because remember, we're finding ourselves, or in this case, finding yourself. Number 6, know when to unplug. All right, I'm raising my hand before. Look, friends, relatives, associates, mentors, mentees, everybody, I've got my hand up. Yes, I know I have an issue with knowing when to unplug. I agree with it. I remember reading, I think it was something Beyonce said on I think on one of her videos I can't remember which video it was. I think it was right when she had the baby and she went to Coachella. I forgot what the name of it was. But here's the thing. It was talking about how Beyonce, for one time, she forgot to eat for 3 days. Let me say that again. She forgot to eat for 3 days. So, you know, you're talking about know when to unplug. Even to eat, you got to know when to unplug. Let me also say this, because I understand that. B is a Virgo. I'm a Virgo. I understand when we get focused on stuff, we go hard. We go in. Somebody will say, how do you forget how to eat? I'm telling you, I do it all the time. I get grinded and I get these phone calls. Stanley, did you eat? not did you wait, did you eat? And some people be like, oh, that's crazy. No, really. My mentor told me one day, he just hung up on me and said, I'm not going to talk to you until you eat. Go eat. Think about that. Go eat. I have a friend of mine said the same thing. Stanley, did you eat? No. Go eat, fool. Go eat. So I understand what it means when you talk about know when to unplug. I have to do a better job at that. Unplugging, right? I have to get to the beach a little bit more. Shout out to all my family in Florida. Y'all know I'm about to weigh y'all out. But know when to unplug. Literally know when to unplug, because you have to rejuvenate yourself, bring the brain down, cool the brain off, allow yourself to relax, allow those energies to come out so you can be all of what you need to be, right? So remember to unplug. I'm going to do a better job, family. I'm going to do a better job. So don't send me an email, but I'm going to do a better job with that of unplugging and then taking some time for me to continue to be the best version of myself, right? All right. See that? I'm very transparent with you guys. Number 7, learn about things you're interested in. Because to know yourself, you know, one of the things you don't, you know, I may shy away from, or other people may shy away from. In New Orleans, there's something called Lake Pontchartrain. You're able to go on the lake and look at the lake and the water, and it's beautiful and it's calming and it's peaceful, and the water and the energy comes off, and it's remarkable, right? It is remarkable. But for the longest, I didn't even realize I wanted to look into that. I didn't even realize I had an interest in that level of calmness or peace. Just sitting out there, maybe with some crawfish and you know, a good drink. And it doesn't have to be a beer, it could be a soda or whatever it may be, whatever your favorite beverage is. And sitting out there on the lake with the breeze blowing, the perfect temperature, eating some crawfish or eating your best food or a po' boy or something like that. I didn't realize, I actually shunned that for a long time and didn't even realize that was the best version of myself. So when I was doing those things, I didn't even realize that I was interested in that. So what did I do? I began to shun those things away. But guess what? Eventually, I began to learn what it is and what I'm interested in. And I began to really dig further into it, that I like those situations. And then I like being on the beach and then, you know, those interests. So when I had those interests, that's what I was thinking about. Man, I'm telling you, this is beyond good. I love this. And number 8, I'm gonna close out with this one. And number 8 is express yourself. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable. Be vulnerable in that space about expressing yourself, right? Sometimes we don't think we're good enough, if we're honest. Sometimes we just don't think we're good enough to be vulnerable, because we think we don't think we're just good enough, and we think people are going to laugh or talk about us or say some different things about us or to us or for us or through us. Nah, listen, mama, listen, dad, it's okay if you didn't get your degree because you had to stop going to school to support the family. It's okay. Don't take that as you did something wrong. Take that as, you know what, you made a decision to be a better person and to elevate the family. Stop being so difficult or vulnerable on yourself. Express yourself when you're conversing with people, because guess what? You have the answer in your mouth a lot of times. Let me ask this question. When you walk into a room and you may be talking and you hear people talking and they'll ask a question and a couple of people answer, and you just be like, no, that's not the right answer. No, that's not the right answer. but you never open your mouth to express the right answer. And then when they get the right answer, you was like, that's just what I was thinking about. That's exactly what it is. See, express yourself because you are good enough. See, when you're talking about finding yourself, if you don't express yourself, even the gifts that you have inside, even the blessings that you have inside for others, even the blessings you have inside for yourself, if you just leave it locked in, it'll never express itself. So you can't even get the pat on the back, or you can't even get the prize of what your creator is trying to get to you. You can't even be the blessing to somebody else because you still didn't express yourself. Even be vulnerable. Now, I'm not saying you got to go into your deep into your deep dark secret, right? I ain't saying that, but you can be vulnerable for why you did a certain something. And if those people can understand, receive, hold, and have the capacity to handle you and hold your truth to be truth, then it's okay to express that stuff. There's a friend of mine that said her and her girlfriend got into a conversation and she began to express her truth. And she said when she expressed her truth, it just broke the conversation up to another level. I mean, just literally elevated the conversation to the next level. Well, imagine how many times we don't express our truth and the conversation just stay plateau. So elevate yourself to that next level. Begin to express yourself. Be vulnerable. Be vigilant, but be vulnerable. Make sure you're doing what you're supposed to do and how you're supposed to do it. And I'm going to close out with this one. This is not even on my paper, my notes. Finding yourself. I would also say find somebody that can handle your weight, that know how to walk with you, know how to converse with you, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mentor, whether it's a coach, whether it's somebody, just walked into the store one day or whatever. Speak your truth, be your truth, but have that person in your space, that's in your corner, that literally will be able to share with you all of the great things and then also share with you all of the blind side things, or the things that you can't even see, or the things that it's even unknown to you, but they can express it and share it with you in a loving way, in a gracious way, to where they're not beating you up, but they're just helping you become better. So what I'll say is make sure you have that friend in your corner that able to help you find yourself, be able to steer you in the right direction. There are some things my mentor and I talked about over the last week, and shout out to my mentor. I'm gonna just say this number to my mentor. No, I'm not, because y'all gonna be in my business. I'm not sharing that. But listen, shout out to my mentor who began sharing some extraordinary things to me, right? Shout out to the people that I've conversed with over this last week as well, that we've had some very powerful conversations about some deep things. Your life is not in vain. You are an absolute amazing individuals. I cannot wait to share more with you. So listen, I'm closing out the podcast and saying this. Not only are you going to find yourself, but you're going to be better than what they think you are. Not only are you going to find yourself, you are better than what they think you are. As you continue to get better, stronger, faster, quicker, as you begin to elevate yourself in some remarkable, great, powerful, and peaceful ways, I say to you, we love you. And like I said in one of the other podcasts, I see you. I'm great, and I'm grateful that you're listening in, regardless of where you are around the world. Thank you so much. Be your true self. Find yourself and then be your true self, because you deserve it. Those that are waiting for you to be successful, they deserve it as well. Because some of them are demanding your best so they can be their best. So listen, family, go to all of the social media platforms for your boy. Please, for your boy. Go to all of them. LinkedIn, I'm going to say social media, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure when you go to YouTube, invite some other people to go to YouTube with me, just to share, kind of do your thing, and we all have a great time. But please, if you go into YouTube, remember, it's LET apostrophe S. I don't want somebody to be like LESS. It's LET apostrophe S. Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette. Go there, like, subscribe, hit the notification button, all of those things. So when I be dropping these brand new videos in, you guys will be right there and you'll be the first to receive it. Thank you so much for considering me and doing it and doing the things that we do. I truly am grateful. I'm appreciative, and I'm blessed to have you part of the Let's Talk with Stanley Doucette family. So until next week, family, you know how we do it. Why? What's happening? Yes, sir. We are about to take it to the beaches of the world. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget to go to YouTube, LET''S. Let's Talk with StanleyDoucette.com and get somebody else to go with you. I appreciate you guys. God bless. And I will see you guys next week on Let's Talk with